Look at these adorable flamingo chicks. 17 of them were just born at the Fort Worth Zoo, and the zoo says that these birds are really difficult to breed. So this hatching is a big deal.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh my gosh, how much do you want one as a pet?
I do. Oh my gosh, she's so cuddly and cute.
Yeah. I used to ask for little baby chicks for Easter every year when I was a kid. Easter Bunny never brought them.
Easter Bunny knew why.
Yeah, Easter Bunny was smart. Welcome to Afternoon Focus. I'm Julie Grant.
And I'm Scott Withers, sitting in for my friend Rob Nelson. We are happy you're with us. We've got a show full of just good stories today.
Yes.
We want to start with something we saw at the top of our feed and we went, wait, what?
That's right. Every time we go to Vegas, we see something a little bit strange, right? But this is just historic.
You're looking at snow falling on the Vegas Strip. Now, the National Weather Service says it's the first time it snowed there on Valentine's Day since they started keeping records way back in 1937.
Oh my!
And
now,
that
you're
was
the expert on this.
Yes.
I'm going to defer to you. How stunned were you when you saw this?
I saw it this morning. I said, that's the Rio. I've been there, but I've never seen it snow like that. It was shocking when this popped up this morning because this just isn't normal.
I'm sure everybody out there just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I have some friends that live there. One of my dearest friends. I'm sure he was just like, what?
You don't think
put
Vegas
my shorts
and
away
snow,
today
right?
And take out the snow boots. I hope he still has a pair from living in Ohio.
I would just stay in the casinos or go to the buffet. Well, and speaking of rare and really amazing sights, check this out.
We want to show you some never-before-seen video footage of the historic 1986 submarine dive through the wreckage of the Titanic. Now, we're only sharing a trailer here, but there's more than 80 minutes of footage that's set to be released at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight on the Woods Hole Institute's YouTube page. Forgive me, their YouTube page. It shows the remarkable moments that humans laid eyes on the wreckage for the very first time. 9 months later, a smaller team returned to take the iconic video inside of the ship, and the group timed the release of the video with the 25th anniversary release of the movie that we were just telling you about the other day on this show.
Yeah, it's a stunning video. I remember seeing it the first time we saw that video, and it was like, wow, so I can't wait to see the stuff that they're going to reveal tonight, especially inside the ship moving around. It's going to be spectacular. And to think that it's still down there in just sitting there.
I know, it gives me chills just thinking about that.
It does. It sure does.
It's a bit eerie.
It does, especially when you see like the bedrooms and the first class rooms and the china sitting there.
Oh, it's so sad.
Very strange. Well, now to a story about a simple act of kindness, when we like that, for a man who was sitting in his chair on the side of the road when a police officer pulled up behind him.
Yeah, and what happened next serves as a reminder for all of us that although we can't solve everybody's problems, we can always do a little something to make life just a little bit better for someone else. Kim Russell has the story.
The man had simply pulled over on the side of the road when Deputy Jacob Thorne and Deputy Fred Parasek checked on him. It became clear he had a lot on his shoulders.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
I could use a hug.
I'll give you a hug. Seems like you got a lot going on, man. It's all right. It's all right, man. It seems like a lot to take on, you know?
Dude, we can get you some help.
Yeah, we can get you somebody to talk to and stuff.
Deputies say the sheriff's office asked the man for permission to share this video, and he agreed. They hope it reminds people there's help out there. It's a lesson Deputy Thorne, a Marine veteran who served in Iraq and Afghanistan after September 11th, says he had to learn through experience.
When I came out of the military, I was only 23 and did 3 tours. It weighed so much on me, losing friends.
Do you have any wisdom that you want to share from your own experiences?
There's things that happened to me in the military and I wouldn't talk about it because I thought it would make me less of a man. And then once I got over that and talked, it relieved a lot of stress out of my life.
Deputy Thorne says he often talks to his wife and fellow veterans, and when needed, professionals. He says we all need to, with intent, show care for each other.
When I saw that young man's face, I knew he was going through something similar that I was going through back in the day.
Appreciate it.
Hey, if you ever need anything, you just call, right?
Means a lot.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
You know, we say this all the time. We don't know what other people are going through, and just kindness and a hug makes a big difference in people's lives. And it doesn't seem like much, and it's really not much, but it is for that other person. That was just, and those police officers, fantastic officers.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Bravo to them. And things like this happen day in and day out. There are officers doing great work just like this, and nobody ever hears about it. And that's something, it makes me mad because I'm very aware of it, probably hyper aware of it from having been a prosecutor, worked with so many of them. There's so much good being done and great gestures, but nobody has time for it, except for us here on this show. We specifically designed this show for, you know, that was one of the big reasons. We want to highlight the good and show people, you know, besides, you know, all of the bad that we see so often making headlines, there are such good people that really and truly care about other people, like what we just saw there. So
and those officers
I hope they get
two really good people.
Oh, yeah.
Really good people.
I hope some kind of like department recognition or something. Yeah, I hope they get a day off or something for
a hug. I'll give him a big old hug right now.
Oh, well, we've got another great story for you. This one is about the special bond that kiddos have with their favorite stuffed animals and the lengths that grown-ups will go to reunite the kiddos with their lost toys.
All right, well, this stuffed kitty was left at a Cleveland area library. The staff realized it was well-loved and must be very important to one of their little readers. So instead of just putting it in the lost and found, they started taking it on adventures and posting them on social media. Everything from fashion runways and movie screenings to Scottish poetry and yoga. Its adventures around the library continued and getting hundreds of likes and shares. Eventually, here's the good news. They got the attention of the 6-year-old owner's mom.
My mom found pictures of Kitty on her phone at the library.
He said, no, I think she should stay and have more adventures.
It was just okay with me.
The gift of his love and his heart and knowing that this is sort of bigger and wanting to share it with others.
Oh, and he decided that little Anderson told everybody that Kitty could stay at the library for his adventures to be shared with everyone that comes to visit. So quite a storybook ending there. Okay, anybody else thinking that Kitty looks like Daniel Tiger from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? You did too, thank you.
You sure did, you sure did. I
love
it.
the little gold watch on him. Remember how Daniel Tiger...
Yes.
So
absolutely.
cozy.
And at the end there, the kitty got to be an astronaut, so that's fun too. Very
He's going
good.
to outer space next, Scott.
All right. Well, alrighty, everybody, get your popcorn ready as we bring you a few quick stories that you can share with your friends and family, stuff that's just fun to know. And we keep our cuddly theme going today by celebrating the teddy bear.
Yes, this is because 120 years ago today, the teddy bear was first sold in Brooklyn, New York. Morris Mitchum placed 2 bears in his store window, and he also sent one to the White House to ask permission from the then president, Teddy Roosevelt, to use his nickname to market the toy bears. The president agreed, although it's fun to know the president didn't really like being called Teddy.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even imagine not having teddy bears, right?
So cute. Yeah, because they're teddy bears.
Yes.
I mean, who knew they were named after President Roosevelt?
I didn't know that. That's fun to know, too.
That's awesome.
All right.
Well, it's also fun to know that there are records kept for the world's smallest and largest toy bears.
Yeah, this tiny teddy stands at just 0.17 inches tall. He is sewn together like any other bear, and his arms and legs can be moved, but you'd probably need a tweezers to do it. He's so teeny tiny. That's a fingernail.
Gosh, you need a magnifying glass to see him.
Oh, yeah.
Little guy. And then on the other end of the spectrum, look at this. Wow, this beautiful bear is in the Guinness Book of World Records. It's 65 feet long, weighing 4 tons.
Wow.
The folks who live in a town west of Mexico City took 3 months to assemble her.
I don't think you could hug it. It's so big.
Yeah, I mean, just, wow, invite the whole family, take a photo.
The entire town, absolutely.
Good stuff. And then finally, I want to show you a big teddy bear is one of the wildest superstitions that we have ever seen.
Take a look at this picture. It's a grown man sitting in a Major League Baseball dugout with a teddy bear. Now, his name is Ron Bryant, and when he was playing with the San Francisco Giants, he was given the bear by a young girl. Well, the team won that day, and Bryant kept bringing the bear to the park the rest of his career. That sounds like a smart move.
Right? Oh, so
That's a cute bear, too.
That's precious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have so much more good news ahead for you here on Afternoon Focus. Don't go anywhere.
No.
When we come back, we'll show you how a young man is challenging his city to improve the lives of differently abled people.
There are many things we're still working on that we've been fighting for centuries. There are many things that we have to keep pushing for in order for it to happen.
Welcome back to Afternoon Focus. Well, Valentine's Day may be over, but I'm betting this heart made of ice hasn't melted yet. Photographers in Chicago put it together with ice chunks from Lake Michigan. That is spectacular.
Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. And the city behind it, that is beautiful.
Oh, welcome back to Afternoon Focus. Thanks for being with us. And if you watch this show regularly, you know that we love the people we call the magic makers, the good people in this world who are doing good things. And the person you're about to meet is spotlighting the struggles that people in wheelchairs are facing every day.
Hannah McDonald is sharing this story from Lebanon, Tennessee.
Just press a button, it goes down, press the other side, it goes back up.
Alex Johnson is familiar with life's challenges. He uses a wheelchair, which isn't always easy to maneuver.
That's one thing a lot of people don't realize is going downhill is easy, and then getting back up is 10 times harder. Thank you all for participating today.
Alex is the creator of the Spend a Day in My Wheels challenge. At the Wilson County Courthouse, he asked community members to spend a few hours in a wheelchair and report back.
At the very least, we want them to start speaking out for the issues and start addressing problems.
County Mayor Randall Hutto didn't have to go far to get it.
Can I make the curve? When I got in here, I had to move my chair over there, and I really wanted to get up and just pick it up and move it like I normally did.
The mayor says this experience will make him a better leader.
And I think that's his point, for people that are in position to make differences out here, that we are aware and on top of that.
There are some places between here and just the post office that really need to be leveled out.
While this challenge won't make Wilson County more accessible overnight, Alex believes it will make it more accessible in the long run.
There are many things we're still working on that we've been fighting for centuries. There are many things that we have to keep pushing for in order for it to happen. When we stop pushing for that, that's when change doesn't happen.
Oh, you know, I love that because he's knowing what needs to be done to shine a light, you know, on something that needs to be addressed. And if it can encourage people to then feel kind of inspired and feel like they want to do something, you know, if you aren't aware of a problem, how can you try to fix it or help with it? So awareness is really key.
And access is, we just kind of take it for granted if you're not using that. My mother has a mobility issue. She uses a mobility kind of scooter to get around. And when she first started using it, we immediately realized, well, wait a minute, there are so many places where she can't get in and out of. So you really, once it impacts your life, you start seeing it and then you start telling people. So that is a great thing that he is doing for a large number of people that he doesn't even realize he might be helping.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Every good wish to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to keep tabs on what he's doing there, and hopefully the movement grows. And coming up after this break, we'll show you the growing movement on college campuses, where some volunteer parents are helping out students in need. Welcome back to Afternoon Focus. Well, for students who are starting college, entering some new territory can feel equal parts exciting and anxiety-producing. And when it comes to giving young adults a chance to get settled in, a new movement is growing that's aimed at bringing them a piece of home.
Maya Rodriguez introduces us to a group of parents volunteering to help make the experience a little less stressful, one hug at a time.
Every Thursday afternoon, come rain or shine,
Here you go.
college students start lining up.
How's the day going?
Homemade baked goods set out on tables with hugs at the ready.
Free Mom Nancy.
Meet the group known as the Free Moms.
Here you'll find free mamas, papas, grandmas, and dogs.
Nancy Nelson founded Free Moms several years ago at North Carolina State University in Raleigh.
I just say, welcome back home. Do you feel a little home? And every kid goes, yeah.
All of her kids are grown.
Hi, how are you?
But she felt a need to help students here feel less alone.
We do feel like they're mamas.
What started with one mom, just her,
Hello. Hi.
now numbers more than 80 moms and dads, including Kate Terrio and her husband, Tom.
Nancy started sharing what she was doing over here, and to be honest, I was like, not my wheelhouse. No, that's not what I do. But Tom always says I make best friends in the grocery store in line.
I went to school here. I graduated in 1982, and I remember how stressful it was to be here. And it seems like stress has been dialed up so much more.
So they started volunteering with 80 other parents.
You have a good day.
Lending an ear, sharing a kind word, or offering a hug, and quickly gained a fan following among the students.
I just felt like it was a really awesome opportunity, like, to get a piece of home and connect with people.
I thought, hey, that's so cool, and you get great home-baked snacks, so I love it. I think it's really great.
I'm always like, let me get to the Free Moms, you know, because it's not really like about the desserts. Well, I will take free food. I am a college student, but what the moms do is just like really nice and just give that extra support that I feel like students really need.
A recent study conducted after the pandemic found that 12% of college students across the country reported contemplating suicide. Here at NC State, 4 students died by suicide last semester, driving home the mission for these free moms and dads.
There's been a lot of suicides on campus, and there's a real need for people to be brought out of themselves and just be in a positive place.
Good to see you. They're so moved because they just don't expect anyone to be thinking about them and to not only think about them, but to do something about it. And that's what we want to do. We want to do something that lets the students know they're not alone.
It's an isolation some students say can be easy to feel when you're away from home.
I'm actually a transfer student here. I transferred from App, which is about 3 hours away from here, and this would have helped me a lot up there because I didn't have my parents up there, and just knowing that this is here helps a lot of students here.
I know!
Nancy Nelson says she would like to see free moms start popping up on college campuses nationwide.
When anyone gets out of their comfort zone and gives unconditional love, it changes them again. It changes the person. It changes the atmosphere. And that's what this world needs.
And what these students are getting.
Wow.
Oh,
I know. I could have used that when I went off to college. I grew up in Michigan, near Flint, but I went to school at Syracuse in upstate New York, and that was like 8 or 9 hours away. My parents couldn't just pop over and say hi, and I was lonely out there. Aww. That would have been fantastic to have someone, just a big hug.
Right.
A hug does a lot for somebody.
Yes. No, it certainly does. And just another parent. Sometimes another parent can be really comforting. Mm-hmm. I remember in college, so shout out to my friend Courtney's parents. My friend Courtney, one of my best friends, we were cheerleaders together, sorority sisters, we talk all the time. And she lived pretty close to campus and closer than my parents. So it was really fun to go home to her house.
Yeah.
Because her mom and dad are just the sweetest people. And it was like, even though it wasn't my home, it still felt like it was going home.
Right.
So I think for these students, even though it's somebody you don't know, it's a stranger, it's still
helpful.
It's a little piece of home coming to you.
And a brownie doesn't help. I will take a brownie every day,
Brownies
right?
are great. Food is always good when you're a college student, right? You're just like
Absolutely.
perpetually hungry, and ramen noodles in the dorm room. You can only eat so much of those, right? Well, don't go anywhere, folks. When we come back, we'll show you the ultimate prank that one man's coworkers orchestrated for his retirement. It is really good, and his reaction is priceless. That's next.
Welcome back. So what you're looking at here is the best office prank we've seen in a long time.
Oh, yeah, to celebrate parole officer Kevin's last day of work. Look what his colleagues did. They all dressed up just like him.
That's fantastic.
Every one of them. Apparently, he's a vest guy, as we can see.
So apparently he regularly wears a blue t-shirt with the vest like that. And of course, he's follically challenged. You can see, right, just like me.
Oh, I'm embarrassed. Look at him. He's laughing
so much fun. He'd been there for 30 years in his job, and this was just, they said he was a big family, part of the family there. They're going to miss him, and this is a great way to celebrate him.
Oh, congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah, so now you all have to start wearing ties around here to celebrate me, right? We'll get you a bow tie.
Bow tie, yeah. I don't think I've ever worn a bow tie.
I'm going to get you one. That's
I've
a challenge.
never had occasion to, yeah.
Well, that's our show for today, but we do want to hear from you.
Yes, please send us your ideas. Leave them for us on our Facebook page. We'll look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Same time, same couch.